what I seen, because I remember when Lil Meech was rapping. Nobody helped him, and then 50 put him in acting suit, kept it on the low, and he made all this money.
I wasn't going to address this, because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always.
So Lil Meech finally snapped, and this time, it wasn't a humble brag. This was a full-on declaration of war. You can practically feel the smoke in that clip. The "I never folded, never told" line, that's not just a bar. That's a shot straight back at the streets, at 50, and at everyone whispering that the son of Big Meech might have cracked under pressure. But here's where it gets messy. Because if loyalty is everything in 50 Cent's world, then this right here, this was treason. Let's not forget, 50 didn't just give Lil Meech a role, he gave him a rebrand. From rapper with potential to TV star with an empire. That's not mentorship, that's a whole rescue mission. And now, Lil Meech is out here acting like the same streets that 50 tried to save him from are suddenly his moral compass. Bro, that's like quitting your 9-to-5 and bragging about unemployment checks. The internet instantly split down the middle. One side saying, 50's being petty again, and the other going, nah, Meech forgot who fed him. Because that "never folded, never told" line, that wasn't just random talk. That was a response, a coded one, to the quiet whispers that his own dad might have done exactly that. So now you've got a son defending his name, a father fighting for his legacy, and 50 sitting back watching the empire he built burn down like it's another season of power. But hold up, that's not even the wild part. Because what happens next? It's where the loyalty test turns into an all-out betrayal plot straight out of a Netflix docuseries. And here we go, the downward spiral era. Because once 50 cut him off, Lil Meech didn't just lose a mentor, he lost his safety net, his shield, and basically his Hollywood cheat code. Now picture this, the guy who once stood shoulder to shoulder with 50 Cent, the man who made BMF a cultural movement, suddenly out here trying to avenge his ego. Like he went from rising star to main character in a meltdown in record time. He's playing both sides like it's Monopoly, but instead of hotels and rent, it's respect and revenge. And the craziest part? The internet's watching every move like it's Sunday service drama in 4K. Reddit threads lit up instantly. Greater than bro think he's ghost, but he's acting like Tariq. This ain't loyalty, this is a loyalty scam. And they're not wrong. Because when 50 called Big Meech a snitch, that wasn't just beef. That was the nuclear launch button. Once that word enters the chat, there's no coming back. That's street career-ending energy. So now Lil Meech is caught in the crossfire. His mentors blasting his father's reputation's on trial, and his own career's hanging on one thin thread of pride. It's like watching someone set fire to their own house just to prove they don't need heat. But buckle up, because the next part? That's when this loyalty triangle turns into a betrayal maze that even 50 couldn't script better.
How did Lil Meech blow through the 5 mil that he made of BMF? They said that boy was buying every chrome hot made. Man.
So let's get this straight. Lil Meech texted 50 Cent like, "Yo, big bro, we solid," and then popped up cheesin' with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. The two men 50 would probably rather share oxygen with a shark than be in the same photo with. That's not loyalty. That's PR-level backstabbing with filters and flash. You can almost hear 50's voice in the background like, "Damn, I paid your acting coach for this performance," because to the internet, that one photo was the moment everything changed. It wasn't just a pic, it was a plot twist. The man who built his image on the BMF legacy, now standing shoulder to shoulder with the same ops that 50's been feuding with for over a decade. TikTok detectives immediately went CSI on this, breaking down every frame like, notice how Ross is in the middle, power move. Notice Floyd's smirk, silent shade. It turned into a meme circus overnight. But here's the bigger issue. This wasn't just bad optics. This was career suicide with a diamond chain on. Because when you mix ego, pride, and generational beef, there's no clean way out. It's like Meech forgot that loyalty in the rap game is like Wi-Fi in a hotel. It works until you stop paying for it. And once that pic hit the timeline, fans said it loud. The loyalty era is officially over. But trust me, that was only the spark. Because the next part, That's when the money, the betrayal, and the secrets start exploding like fireworks at 50's petty
If I
party.
was ratting it to be on CNN, you know what I mean? You better believe it, my nigga. Yeah, to be on CNN, you got some people insinuate Big Meech telling on Mexican Power. Look on Wikipedia, it'll tell you Daniel Correll out of LA, he telling on me. Shit, you know, penitentiary rules is if you do not call a man hot or a rat or a snitch, or that he cooperating with the government without having paperwork to prove it. You know what I'm saying? If not, you get your bitch ass up top, you check in, or your car checks you in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not supposed to send her, oh yeah, I think Big Meech hot. No, you don't think that. You show that, or you keep your opinion to yourself.
Oh, now this is where the math starts mathing, but in the worst possible way. Lil Meech made $5 million off BMF and somehow managed to Thanos snap it out of existence. Poof, vanished, like a 2021 NFT collection. Bro wasn't buying property, stocks, or a business. Nah, he was buying every Chrome Hearts hoodie known to mankind. The man was dressing like a walking receipt, and the wildest rumor, he allegedly flipped on Rick Ross too. Yeah, the same Ross who was using the Flenory name like a coupon for clout, because let's be real, Ross never cared about helping Big Meech. He cared about hitting 50 where it hurts. So picture it, Big Meech and Lil Meech thought they were aligning with a boss, but turns out they were just background extras in Ross's anti-50 campaign. The Free Big Meech anthem was really just marketing in disguise, and now that the buzz is fading, the Flenorys are waking up to the harsh reality. They weren't allies, they were clickbait, used, posted, and discarded faster than a deleted story post. Fans on Reddit dragged it saying, Meech blew $5 million trying to look rich instead of being rich. Ross just farmed clout like it's 2016 again. It's giving boss moves energy with broke results. But the plot twist here? Lil Meech didn't just lose money, he lost trust from every direction. Because once you burn 50 Cent's loyalty, that bridge doesn't just collapse, it explodes. And guess what? We're not even close to the messiest part yet. Because the receipts coming next, they make this look like a warm-up round.
200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I already can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. You know, you might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but you know, it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost?
3 just for the pendant. Right here, this is Antarctica. It's the big boy. This is Christine called it Antarctica. It's the chandelier. I might have seen DJ Khaled with this song. It's that big boy, you know.
I'm just gonna go
2 million.
So let's just call it what it is. Lil Meech didn't drop the ball, he spiked it into the dirt, danced on it, and then blamed the refs. Because think about it, 50 Cent didn't just hand him a role, he handed him a legacy reboot. The man literally transformed a street story into a multi-million-dollar TV empire and said, "Here son, carry this torch." And what did Meech do? He used that torch to light his own career on fire. Fans weren't even mad at first, they were disappointed. Like, the bro, you had one job kind of disappointed. Reddit went savage. Greater than, imagine fumbling your mentor, your money, and your show all in one fiscal year. This is why 50 keeps receipts and enemies on the same drive. It's almost poetic. Meech wanted to prove he was his own man, but all he proved was that you can't outshine your mentor if you're still using his light. And now that the internet has receipts and memes for every misstep, sympathy is in short supply. No one's buying the victim narrative. Because at the end of the day, the man who built him up is the same man he publicly played himself trying to cross. It's giving Power Book Betrayal Edition. And if 50's track record tells us anything, this is only the mid-season drama. Because next, oh, it gets colder. This is when 50's loyalty turns into pure revenge. And the way he claps back, nobody saw it
50,
coming.
and if you know 50 or you've been around 50, everything is loyalty with 50. If you're loyal to him, he's loyal to you. And like me said, he'll take the shirt off his back for you, and he's helped
Because
so
he's a
many
cancer.
people, and he'll help so many people in the industry that he never talks about. He's gave so many people money behind the scenes. So when people switch sides like that, there is no.
You ever watch someone win the lottery and then immediately lose it all buying sneakers, jewelry, and a friendship with Rick Ross? Yeah, that's Lil Meech's financial strategy. 50 Cent literally built this man from scratch. Paid for acting lessons, rewrote his image, gave him a starring role, and still got dragged into the mess like the villain of the story. 2 full years of training, a $5 million bag, and what's left? Nothing but Chrome Hearts receipts and some empty Whippet canisters. This isn't power, it's how to go broke in 3 fiscal years. And let's talk about that rumored Whippet obsession. Laughing gas? Seriously? That's not even rich people reckless. That's midlife crisis in your 20s reckless. Meanwhile, 50 Cent out here like, I gave this man a platform and he turned it into a circus. Because say what you want about 50, but when he invests in someone, he goes all in. And that paperwork talk? Oh, that's where things start to twist. Because the streets run on one unbreakable law, no snitching. And when that word gets thrown around, even allegedly, reputations end overnight. So when Big Meech and his circle started talking about paperwork and CNN, that wasn't casual talk, that was code. They were addressing the snitch rumors head on. But here's where it gets really ironic. While the dad is defending his name, the son's blowing the legacy bag. It's like father and son fighting different wars, and both losing. But hold that thought, because the next part, 50 Cent steps in again, and this time, he's not just cutting ties, he's cutting deep.
50 Cent blasted Lil Meech and posted video footage and evidence of him allegedly snitching on his security. The security, who ended up taking the fall for everything, said that he was asleep when Lil Meech threw everything.
When 50 Cent goes silent, that's not mercy, that's war prep. Because 50 doesn't argue, he strategizes. He doesn't tweet threats, he delivers outcomes. And the second he started pulling back from Meech, the entire internet felt the shift. No more reposts, no more interviews, no more Lil Meech is the future. He hit him with the coldest business move in entertainment. You're no longer useful. Fans instantly recognized the pattern. The same 50 Cent energy that ended careers, buried beefs, and turned moguls into memes. He's the Thanos of hip-hop loyalty. When he snaps, half your industry relevance turns to dust. And Lil Meech? He learned the hard way that fame borrowed from 50 Cent always comes with an expiration date. What's wild is that 50 didn't even have to say a word. No Instagram rants, no diss tracks, just silence, the kind that screams louder than any threat ever could. Because while everyone else was still gossiping, 50 was moving pieces. BMF Season 4 without Meech? Not confirmed, but fans already calling it BMF the solo season. And that's how you know 50 didn't lose a soldier. He just removed a liability. Now, as the dust settles, everyone's asking the same question. Can Lil Meech rebuild without the man who made him? Or is this the final chapter of a short-lived empire? One thing's for sure. 50 Cent may forgive, but he never forgets. And if you've ever crossed him, you're not in his circle anymore. You're in his content. This is hip-hop's Game of Thrones, and 50 Cent just claimed another throne. You ever witness a rise and fall so fast, it feels like watching a live-action Netflix docuseries? Lil Meech, once the shining star of BMF, went from the prodigy to the headline-making chaos magnet almost overnight. And let's be real, it wasn't just luck that got him there. 50 Cent didn't just hand him a role, he handed him a full-on career resurrection. 2 years of acting lessons, top-tier mentorship, starring in one of the most talked-about series of the decade. 50 invested time, money, and trust. That kind of loyalty is rare in Hollywood, let alone the streets. And yet, here we are, watching Lil Meech spin that gift into an avalanche of drama. The loyalty lines he threw out, I never folded, never told, death before dishonor, hit hard on paper. But the context behind them? That's where the narrative twists into pure chaos. Because while the streets applauded the bravado, the man who built him up probably sat back shaking his head, silently calculating the next move. Loyalty is a currency, and in 50 Cent's world, it's non-negotiable. You spend it recklessly, and the consequences aren't just financial, they're reputational, social, and sometimes even physical. From the start, Lil Meech tried playing the game on both sides. While publicly swearing allegiance to 50, he was sliding into the DMs of Rick Ross, cozying up with Floyd Mayweather, and flashing smiles for photos that would set the internet ablaze. The optics alone were a disaster. Fans immediately noticed. Twitter threads exploded with memes dissecting every angle. Loyalty.exe has stopped working, one user typed, perfectly capturing the collective sense of betrayal. The son of Big Meech had managed to go from protege to headline villain in a matter of weeks. And then came the money meltdown. $5 million earned off BMF in 3 short years, and somehow it disappeared faster than your patience scrolling through TikTok ads. No investments, no savings, nothing to secure the family name or the legacy his father fought to protect. Just designer fits, iced-out jewelry, and rumors of whippet use, laughing gas, a trend that feels more Vegas nightclub than professional actor energy. Meanwhile, the internet had a field day, breaking down every receipt, every photo, every flex as proof that Meech was playing a dangerous game he didn't fully understand. It wasn't just money being spent recklessly, it was trust being weaponized. Meech aligned himself with Ross and Mayweather, 2 of 50's known adversaries, effectively walking into the lion's den and smiling for the camera. It was more than bad optics. It was a declaration that the loyalty era was over. Reddit threads exploded with hot takes. "Bro think he's Ghost, but he's acting like Tariq," one user wrote. "This isn't loyalty. This is a loyalty scam." Meme after meme showcased his dissent, portraying him as a pawn in a game far bigger than he could see. Ross, some fans speculated, wasn't even invested in Meech's success. He was using the Flenory name like a lever to pull shots at 50. The son and father duo were awakening to a harsh truth. Sometimes the enemies you think are friends are just chess pieces in someone else's strategy. The blowback didn't stop with fans. Within the industry, insiders whispered about how Meech had squandered the biggest blessing of his career, a golden opportunity to cement a legacy, wasted. Instead of building something lasting, Meech allegedly blew every dime like it was Monopoly money. 2 full years of acting lessons, a starring role in a hit series, and mentorship from a mogul, and it all went down for designer clothing and jewelry. Even the whispers of drug use painted a picture of indulgence over discipline. The fallout was immediate. 50 Cent's reaction was classic, strategic, silent, and cutting deep. When he started pulling back, it wasn't anger, it was control. Removing access, freezing connections, limiting exposure. The internet knew it was serious when 50's silence spoke louder than any diss track ever could. This wasn't just about money. This was about loyalty, respect, and proving a point. Cross the line, and you're no longer in the narrative you thought you controlled. The irony of it all? Meech's father, Big Meech, was simultaneously defending his name, claiming he'd never snitched, that he'd rather die than betray his principles. And yet, the son's actions were undermining that defense, creating a family narrative that was messy, public, and impossible to untangle. Fans dissected every move, comparing it to a power book scenario where the protege turns on the mentor, all while the father tries to salvage legacy and honor. Social media exploded with speculation, memes, and heated debate. Was this betrayal intentional? Was it recklessness? Or was it a toxic mix of ego, clout chasing, and generational pressure? What made it worse was the alleged mismanagement of the fortune earned. $5 million gone in 3 years. No savings, no reinvestment, no forward plan. Fans didn't just shake their heads at the spending. They were appalled at the miscalculation of opportunity. Reddit posts went viral. TikTok edits showed flashy lifestyle highlights paired with captions like $5 million, vibes, and gas, illustrating the gap between perception and reality. And while the internet roasted him, insiders like Tony Yao allegedly exposed how Meech acted entitled, expecting the world to fund his lifestyle while squandering every advantage. The man who had a clean slate, offered by one of the biggest moguls in the game, turned his career into a cautionary tale of entitlement gone unchecked. Even more astonishing was the bond between 50 and Meech, which 50 claimed had shifted to almost father-son territory. 50 personally confronted Meech about high-risk behaviors, spending, and the alleged whippet use, even funding rehab to bring him back from the edge. Instead of recognizing that investment, Meech allegedly used it as a bargaining chip, aligning with Ross to spite 50. Ross, meanwhile, had no real allegiance. He was playing the game for clout, leaving Meech holding a shattered reputation and empty pockets once the spotlight dimmed. The saga reached a peak when Meech publicly posted with Ross and Mayweather, captioning a photo with real power. It was audacious. And of course, 50 fired back, showcasing receipts, roasting Meech's choices, and publicly airing out the discrepancies in loyalty and responsibility. The posts weren't petty. They were precision strikes designed to reclaim the narrative, to show who truly controlled the story. Every post, every clip, every subtle shade was a reminder. Loyalty isn't just a word, it's currency, and 50 Cent is the world's richest bank. Now, with both father and son facing the consequences of their choices, the industry and fans alike are left questioning the next move. Can Meech recover from this spiral? Is there a path back into the inner circle, or has the combination of reckless spending, poor decisions, and public betrayal permanently severed ties? Meanwhile, 50 continues to operate in his calculated silence, demonstrating that power isn't just about who you can help. It's about knowing when to step back and let the chaos do the talking. This story isn't just a scandal. It's a lesson in mentorship, loyalty, and the pitfalls of fame handed too soon. It's a stark reminder that opportunities given without wisdom are dangerous. That ego can undo even the greatest chances, and that in the world of hip-hop, as in life, there's always someone watching, calculating, and waiting for the moment you slip. And for the fans watching unfold in real time, it's pure entertainment with a side of cautionary tale. The memes, the Twitter threads, the TikTok reactions, they're all proof that the narrative of Lil Meech's rise and fall is more than gossip. It's cultural commentary, a snapshot of power dynamics, and a modern-day saga of trust, betrayal, and consequence. So, the question remains, did Lil Meech sabotage his own career, or was he just caught in a toxic collision of fame, family loyalty, and clout games he didn't fully understand? The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. If you think you know the answer, drop it in the comments. Was this betrayal fully on him, or was 50 Cent's empire just too big for one man to navigate? And don't go anywhere. Click the next video you see on your screen for even more juicy celebrity chaos, betrayals, and stories Hollywood doesn't want you to know. See you in the next one.